So I am in Miami right now with Reed and Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie is going to separate from us in a little bit so that she can look around at some apartment options for her. Reed and I are we're just here, this is going to be the first trip, so we're scouting out different neighborhoods and kind of trying to figure out exactly where we want to live when we move here rather than find an actual apartment. So we're just looking at areas overall. I think we're going to start south in the Brickell downtown area and then make our way up north, ending around, we might look in Upper East Side, but probably ending somewhere around Midtown, which is where we're staying actually. So we're in Midtown right now. And we might also scout out Aventura and look at that area. But yeah, we're pretty directionless. Honestly, this is the first time I've really not known anything about the location where I'm moving. So we're just gonna see what the day brings us. Starting out trying to get some coffee. Oh, little birds. What are those called? Yeah. We saw high rises, so we're walking toward that to see if there's some coffee in that area, and we'll probably be checking out any area with high rises today and just scouting out different neighborhoods. Okay, so I'm back in the hotel room. I'm about to go to the pool, honestly feeling pretty overwhelmed with everything we saw today. We started out looking around the Midtown area, but I feel like I didn't get a good grasp of Midtown this morning because we were just doing a quick overview before we headed down to Brickell, and we're gonna start in Brickell and then work our way up. But I think while we wound up in Brickell, well, let me rewind. We got coffee Midtown area, and we were just kind of walking around trying to get an idea, lay of the land, but we were mostly along the water, and it seems like everything in Midtown is a couple blocks back from the water, so we didn't really hit all the main points in Midtown. So we're going to check more of that out tonight and just see what the location and neighborhood is like tonight. We're not committing to an apartment this trip, just kind of exploring around different areas. And so I think it'll be good to get an idea of what it's like at night. And then we have a spin class we're taking in Midtown. We're actually staying kind of around Midtown, but we have a spin class we're taking tomorrow morning. So we'll get a feel for that both tonight and tomorrow. But we only minimally explored it. And then we went down to Brickell and we toured one building in Brickell and then like something on the water downtown. So like there's this bridge from Brickell to the other side of the like this little river thing, and I didn't love most of the downtown area for living, but there's like a line of apartments and a Whole Foods along the water, like right by the bridge, that I want to look at. So we went over and just kind of scoped everything out. We really didn't know what we wanted going into this, so we didn't book a whole bunch of tours just because I didn't want to book tours in places where I didn't know. So this was all about like walking around, seeing apartments, seeing what areas look good. We toured one building that was it was a couple blocks out of Brickell, really. Like it was in Brickell, but it's just a couple blocks back, so we'd have to walk to really get to anything. It's pretty realistic in our price range, so it's probably our backup option. But a lot of the other buildings we really wanted to tour in the area and on that line downtown right across from Brickell, but they weren't available today. We were able to call, even though online they said they didn't have any openings. Like we're only here for 24 hours, so it's kind of hard to do everything in that time span, but we were able to call and get some viewing scheduled for tomorrow. Luckily, people were very willing to squeeze us in and give us tours, so we have a couple that we're gonna see in that area tomorrow. I fell in love with that area. I think it kind of meets all of my qualifications. It has a really great area for running, which I've learned is not really easy to come by in Miami. So that was kind of a big priority to me, was finding a good spot to run, and Brickell has like a good path, a few good paths around it, but one specifically that I could see myself running. There's just a lot of like really good quick food options, healthy, and then some like fun food spots. So there's like a good variety of things there, and I just know that it's the perfect spot for people our age, and everything they have to offer is kind of what I'm looking for. It's very similar to when I lived in Arlington, right outside of DC, the Ballston area. It's very built up and luxury, a bunch of high rises, great food options, and so it's just, I don't know, I really loved that area. I think it'd be great. But we then went to go tour an apartment in Wynwood that we had our eye on initially, and it's like a new modern building, and Wynwood kind of has the vibe of Jersey City, but I didn't love it after Brickell. Like I just think Wynwood would be really cool to hang out at, but I want to live somewhere more like Brickell. I think we've crossed Wynwood off. That was the only building in Wynwood we really wanted to live in. Like I said, we're gonna check out the Midtown neighborhood tonight and tomorrow. I know there's like some really cool stuff around Midtown. There's Trader Joe's nearby. Just don't know about the running path here, which like I said is a pretty huge priority to me, because if I don't have easy access to running, like that's gonna really impact things in my training, and that's like that's my thing, is running, and that's how I keep fit, and I do it so often during the week. I don't know, that's where I'm at right now. Pretty overwhelmed. I don't think we're gonna go much further north, we decided. It's just gonna be too far and isolated from everything and where we want to be, so I probably won't be exploring like the Upper East. Yes, they have an Upper East Side in Miami. That was news to me. Won't be exploring the Upper East or Aventura. I think maybe eventually I'd move out to Aventura, but it seems a little more secluded and family-ish, and I'm kind of looking to be in the action of Miami. Probably will be sticking around Brickell. I just think it's the vibe for me. We have a few apartments we're keeping our eye on, and then we'll get to actually tour some of the nicer ones tomorrow, but we do have a backup in that area, and I don't think we'll be able to fit in, because we have so many tours tomorrow in Brickell. I don't think we'll be able to fit in any tours in Midtown tomorrow, but it will be nice to get a feel for that area tonight and tomorrow morning when we do our spin class. So I think that will help when we search online and keeping everything in mind over the next few months while we wait to actually get closer to our move date. It's kind of getting scary, and I'm just a little overwhelmed after everything we saw, but those are my thoughts. And as you can tell, it's been such a long, windy day. I'm not ready for my hair to look like this all the time. Hopefully I'll find solutions around it. But I'm gonna head to the pool, and we're gonna get some drinks and relax, because we're in Miami and I'm on PTO today. So yeah, I am looking forward to relaxing for a little bit, because I was very stressed and just trying to figure everything out today. So we just toured a building in downtown. It's on the border of the water, so it's like basically Brickell, but not in Brickell. We just have to cross a bridge to get to Brickell, so it's on the water, and I'm honestly blown away by what you can get in Miami. Like, this is a building that would have been I'm gonna be really transparent about rent costs. This building we toured was something that would have been probably $6,000 a month in New York City, which is out of this world, obviously, but maybe more than 6,000. I don't know. I really think it might be like 6 or 8K if this were available in New York. But it was stunning, and it was only, so as of right now, the higher floors with the view are 3,000 to like 3,500 for the biggest unit. Lower floors without a view obviously are going to be a little bit cheaper, and that's crazy to me because it was so gorgeous. I really wish that I could have gotten more video for you inside the apartment, but I was too stunned by what was available. The balcony like wrapped around. First of all, the kitchen was amazing. The appliances were so luxurious, and there was so much space in the first one we toured, which might be a little bit out of our budget. In a couple months and on a lower floor, I think it would be okay in our budget. Supposedly January is a cheap month to rent in Miami because December and January there's just like less action, less competition. That being said, there's also less units available and less options in December and January, so I don't know. It really all varies, but both of the units we toured, the smaller one was a bit unlivable, and there is a medium we didn't tour, so that might be more of an option for us. But they were stunning, and the big one was so spacious. I imagine the medium-sized one it's pretty good. It's going to be a little bit more than we currently have in our apartment. And the 2 units we toured had a wraparound balcony that like starts in the living room and goes to the bedroom, and it was just a massive balcony. Everything was so crazy. I don't know, the layouts of the apartments, I can't even put it into words. And then we toured the gym. They had Pelotons. We have a Peloton that we'll probably continue to use, but more than that, they had a Peloton treadmill. So I think that would be really cool for my running, especially like when it's too hot or when I'm trying to like do something different with training. I think that'd be so cool. Their gym was gorgeous. The one thing I got videos of was the lobby and the pool. So you can see that the pool was out of a resort, and that whole terrace area was gorgeous. It was shaded, but I feel like in Miami I'm not going to be looking for sun all the time. It's probably not really going to be a big factor. Like in Jersey, you have to have the sun or the pool is just too cold to get in. Not really going to be a thing here, and if I want sun I can just go to the beach. It was gorgeous, and all of the amenities were amazing. I'm so blown away by what you can get for pricing here versus New York City. I thought it would be kind of similar, and like the amount you'll wind up paying is going to be similar, but you get so much more for it in Miami. I'm shocked. I'm so shocked. But it was gorgeous. So this is definitely in the running for us. Probably not the most financially smart. We'd be on the higher end of our budget no matter what, even if they drop a little bit. Trying to also be realistic for the now, and it wouldn't be the coziest budget to live here right now, but it also isn't completely unrealistic. So definitely in the running. We're going to keep an eye on this apartment over the next few months on the website and see what's available, what pops up. Supposedly November is so everything here is about a 2-month turnover. Like they require 60 days notice from residents. So about 2 months out you start looking, and apparently a lot of options go within a week. So we definitely will be looking around November and just keeping an eye on all the websites and the apartment availability and the fluctuations in price. So highly recommend downtown, not specifically the entire downtown area, but I really love downtown on the waterfront. As far as Midtown this morning, we didn't tour any of the apartments, but they look similar pricing to everything else around here. I'm just not in love with the area so much, and for the same price I would really rather live where I want to live. I think Midtown was great. There were a lot of options, and there's a Trader Joe's, which is great. Oh, by the way, downtown there's a Whole Foods downtown, so that's a plus. But Midtown there's a Trader Joe's, Target, a lot of great little restaurants, but it all seems to be in one area, and there's some cool areas surrounding, or some cool things surrounding. That's also going to be a 10-minute drive, and we could easily just drive to Midtown. This location is a lot more ideal for the lifestyle we want to live. Now we are heading back to an apartment we toured yesterday to check out, since it was a little lower on the end of our budget. We're heading back to an apartment yesterday to tour the bigger floor plan that will probably be more realistic for living for us. So excited to check that out and check out a few of what I think right now is my dream apartment in Brooklyn. I kind of like that this is like a separated room in the living room. Feels a little bit I do love the bathroom. Like it's the perfect size. Like ours right now is just 2.
Someday you can take. Someday